Hello, this is Yucca from the java.org. This is part 4 of my series of tutorials showing you how I've set up a development environment, mainly for Java. In the previous tutorial I showed you how to set up a VirtualBox, and now I'm going to show you how we set up a VirtualBox guest editions. The guest editions, they greatly enhance your experience when using a VirtualBox. They allow things like running your virtual guest at native screen resolution, which I'm going to demonstrate in this tutorial, and they also allow sharing of your clipboard. And if you're unfamiliar with what your clipboard is, when you copy and paste, your clipboard is where data temporarily gets saved to, and yeah, that's basically what your clipboard is. So it allows your clipboard to be shared from your host to your system. In other words, from your host to your guest. In other words, you can copy text in Word in your Windows host system, and you can paste it in your in a text file in the Ubuntu guest. Now, to install the guest editions, before I get to that, I'm going to show you at the bottom right here of the screen. You note here that there's a little arrow here and next to it there's a right control. This indicates which your host key is. Now, the host key can be used for various tasks. Mainly it provides you with the opportunity to use hotkeys. So once our guest has started here, and this is the first run of the Ubuntu guest that we installed, I'm going to run the host plus the D command. If I go under devices here, you see that should install guest editions. So I'm going to use, as is indicated over here at the bottom right, I'm going to use the right control key with the D, and that's going to install my guest editions. So obviously I'm going to log in here, and note that VirtualBox, the Ubuntu, is not running at my native screen resolution, and I won't be able to until we have installed the guest editions. We also have the option here under devices to set up shared folders, and these also only become available once we've installed guest editions, and I'll show you shared folders in my next tutorial. Now, in front of me here I have a Ubuntu guest, and you see here it's not running at the full screen resolution. And to install the guest editions, I need to open a terminal. So I do that by clicking on this icon over here, type in terminal, and you'll see that you get a terminal application or client. You can just move it here because you're typically going to be using it many times. And within there, now that we're in our host system, in our guest system, we're going to press the right control key with the D, and you see here that we get the option to install the VirtualBox guest editions. Now click cancel initially, and what we're going to do now is we're going to list the contents of media, and this is where the VirtualBox guest editions is. So just type in the ls media command, and you see that that's where the VirtualBox editions file is. Now we need to run a script which is located in that file. So we need to run the command with sudo, which is the root user or the owner of the system, and then media, and just hit the tab key, and it enables automatic filling in of directory paths and file names. Sudo media, and then you just type in VB in capitals and hit the tab key, and it fills it in for you. This is a feature of the terminal in Linux. And then type in V again until you get something like this with the run command, and this is the run script for Linux. And run this with root privileges or sudo privileges, and this will install the guest editions on your system. And when this is done, I'm going to open a text file here just to give you a more accurate overview of what's happening. If I go and I create a new text document and I write some random text, so I'm just going to write some random text here and I'm going to copy it and just Control A, Control C it to copy it, and I'm going to show you that when the system is restarted here, after it's installed here, I'll be able to copy text from my host to my guest system. And just to verify with you that currently I'm unable to do this, I'm going to try and paste in here the text that I copied from the host system. And if I hit Control, or if I just paste in here, you'll see that nothing gets pasted. But now when I restart the system here, I'm just going to type in sudo /sbin reboot, and I'm going to wait for the system to restart. You'll see that I am able to copy. This is because the guest editions are installed. I'll also be able to run the full screen command, which should enable my guest to run at full screen resolution. And the hotkey for that, if you go and view here, you see that the right control key plus the F should give me the full screen mode. So firstly, to show you that we can copy from host to guest, remember I still have a value in memory, so I should be able to paste it, and just gonna open the same document. If I Control V now, you see there random text is copied. This shows you that the clipboard is now shared between our host and guest system. And if I hit the right control, if I hold in the right control key and I hit the F key, then you see I get the pop-up here to enable full screen mode, and if I choose that, then Ubuntu is now going to be running in full screen resolution, or native screen resolution. And normally when I record this, however, it's a bit inaccurate. Additionally, I can run or here you see that Ubuntu is in full screen resolution, as you see in front of you. And if I hold in the right control key and I hit L, then I can have seamless mode, which allows me to run Ubuntu applications alongside Windows applications. So I'm going to switch to seamless mode, and you see here that I have LibreOffice, which is a Ubuntu application, and it's running inside my inside my Windows host system. And this shows you some of the benefits of having guest editions installed. And this is part 4 of my series of tutorials showing you how I've set up a development environment. Thank you for watching.